Before we begin with this video, I just want to give you guys something that I noticed. So, as of this newest SML video right now, this makes SML movie number 8 that hasn't had Jeffy's name in the title. Like, the last time we actually had a video based around Jeffy was SML movie Jeffy's Cat Allergy, and that was posted like 2 weeks ago. So, dang, I'm honestly surprised Logan's not milking Jeffy like he usually does. Like, Jeffy has been in some of these other videos, but we actually haven't had an SML video in a while with Jeffy's name in the title, or basically surrounding Jeffy by itself. And also, I also want to give a quick shout out to, hold on, let me search up his name. This SML shout out goes to Dixon Bailey for getting the SML question correctly. And the SML question was, in the SML movie The Past Machine, when the T-Rex stared at Cody and Junior in a menacing way, Junior said, "Why is he looking at us like that, Cody?" And Dixon Bailey said, "Because, Junior, I'm the salad and you're the Big Mac." And then that was the correct answer. So shout out to Dixon Bailey for getting that answer correct. But with that being said, let's get into the video you guys came here for. What's good, my YouTube friends and family? Welcome back. And today we're here to review the newest SML movie, The Silence of the Lamb. Now, I haven't seen the 1991 film Silence of the Lamb, but I know this is based around that movie, and apparently it's a horror movie, and we are in October, so I'm assuming this is going to be a scary video, but hopefully this is going to be good. And with that being said, if you guys would like to watch the original video, as always, link is in the description down below. Make sure you go and subscribe. I cannot talk. Make sure you go and subscribe to SML. And to confirm, if you watch my full video from beginning to end, make sure you comment 5 lamb emojis. And also, we are pretty close to 6,000 subscribers already. Like, dang, I haven't had this amount of subscribers moved up fast since I hit 1,000 subscribers and 2,000 subscribers within the same year. Like, I hit 5,000 subscribers at March of 2025, and now I'm about to hit 6,000 subscribers in October of 2025. And I already have the lyrics to the song I'm going to be making when I hit 6,000 subscribers. I just got to record the song and make the music and then make the actual video. So that is going to be my plan for this weekend. But with that being said, let's get into the SML review. So, at the start of the video, the police chief tells Brooklyn Guy that there's a serial killer on the loose, and Brooklyn Guy think it's an actual serial killer who kills cereal boxes, but it's actually a guy who goes around and kills plump and fat women and wears their skin. And then he says that Susan will fill him in on the details while he goes and uses the bathroom. So he goes and he talks to Susan, and she shows 2 puppet AI pictures, which I didn't notice that they were AI at first until I looked a little more closely. And then Brooklyn Guy, proceeds to claim that he went to high school with a kid named Buffalo Bill. So he tells an animated story. Oh, Grace, here we go. And basically the whole story was that through freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, Buffalo Bill kept saying, "Oh, my team, the Buffalo Bills, are going to win the Super Bowl." And then all 4 years in a row, they kept losing the Super Bowl. And in Brooklyn Guy, and including everyone, the whole school, especially in their senior year, the whole school died of laughter and made fun of him. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm going to kill fat women and wear their skin." And then he ran out the school, and Brooklyn Guy was like, "Yeah, right, your team fucking sucks." So then Susan called Brooklyn Guy out saying, "So all these cases of Buffalo Bill, you knew him this whole entire time, and you didn't think to say nothing? You're zero help." Like, that's literally what she said. And Brooklyn Guy's like, "Oh, do you think he could be able to kill my ex-wife?" And Susan's like, "No, we're trying to catch Buffalo Bill, not kill your ex-wife." And Brooklyn Guy's like, "We could do both." So Brooklyn Guy tells Susan to set up a whole buffet for Deborah Dimple Ass. For those of you who don't know, Deborah Dimple Ass was actually Brooklyn Guy's ex-wife that he kept complaining about this whole entire time. and is actually Penelope's biological mother. So yeah, he tells Susan to set up a whole buffet for Deborah Dimpleass while he goes and gets his ex-wife. So we cut to the next scene, right? And look at all the food that they have lined up. Look, we have pizza. What are those? Brownies, burgers, Pepsis, pancakes. I'm assuming those are mozzarella sticks and chicken fingers. A whole line of buffet. Bruh, I'm done. Are we really gonna get to see Deborah Dimpleass again? Like, the first time we actually saw her was in I forgot what episode it was, but it was the episode where Broken Guy's current wife, Karen, got kidnapped. And Broken Guy thought that Deborah was behind the kidnapping, so Broken Guy brought her to Marvin's house to question her about the kidnapping. But it turns out it wasn't her. The guys who actually kidnapped her brought her back home because they did not like her voice. Like, it was so annoying. So they just gave up and turned themselves in. And that was the last time we actually saw Deborah Dimpleass. I think that was like a year and a half ago. Nah, Susan's reaction to when she saw Deborah Dimpleass killed me. Now, this is literally what she said.
Oh God, you married that?
Nah, that's fucked. Nah, that's crazy. So now Deborah's over here being a fat ass pig and chewing down on all the food. Like, she started with the cheesy bread from Papa John's, then the burgers. Like, bro, wasting all that perfectly good food for what? And apparently, this is why when it comes to food, America's the #1 country for wasting food. So then, Susan proceeds to give Deborah a plate of shrimp, even though that she's allergic to shrimp. But then she looks at the plate, she's like, like, she just does not care. Like, you're allergic to shrimp, but you still be eating it, even though you're allergic to it. What the hell? So then, after the whole chaos fiasco at the table happens, Deborah is quote-unquote hibernating, sleeping for the next 2 days, and Susan's like, you seriously married that? And Broken Guy's like, look, Susan, I was insecure. Nah, your mom forced you into that marriage thinking that you actually got her pregnant. Nah. So then, Broken Guy tells Susan that the plan is that he's gonna wait here with Deborah to see if Buffalo Bill will come. And then Susan proceeds to go and talk to Buffalo Bill's therapist, which I already forgot the name of, so we're gonna see how the talk with the therapist goes. So Susan's talk with the guy didn't go so well, so she literally called him out saying, "You're no help," and walks away. And then Broken Guy's literally about to take a knife and kill Deborah Dimpleass herself, but he stops himself when Susan walks in. She's like, "Hey, so how'd the talk go?" And she was like, "Absolutely nowhere." So I googled Buffalo Bill's address, and I actually found it. So yeah, we actually get to see Buffalo Bill putting something down the well, saying it puts the lotion on its skin. Like, I know that line because I've seen that line from Family Guy, so I'm assuming that cutaway gag from Family Guy is part of the movie The Silence of the Lamb. I had no idea. So yeah, we see Broken Guy and Susan go inside his house, and they see a well, so they look down the well and they see the lamb, and Susan screams and runs away, and Broken Guy's like, "Why are you scared of lambs? Hey, little lamb." And he goes like, "Bah." And Broken Guy's like, "All right, little lamb, I need you to be quiet." And the lamb's like, "Okay." Like, that's literally what he said, and he just stops batting. Broken Guy, you are so dumb. Nah, so he comes face to face with Buffalo Bill, and he makes fun of him saying that his football team sucks. And Buffalo Bill is like, "You know what? If you just say one time that the Buffalo Bills do not suck, I will turn myself in and never kill again." And Broken Guy's like, "No, they fucking suck. Bro, what the hell?" And then he says if he doesn't admit it, he'll kill Brooklyn Guy, which obviously he's not going to do it. And Buffalo Bill is probably either going to get locked up in jail or die by the end of this video. And just as I expected, he didn't really die or go to jail. So Buffalo Bill goes to kill Brooklyn Guy, but Brooklyn Guy's like, bit, and then throws Buffalo Bill down the well with the lamb. And I'm assuming in the movie, if he does get thrown down the well, the something at the bottom of the well must kill him or eat him or something. But Broken Guy's like, "Hi, I told you your team fucking sucks." And he's like, "Let me out of here." And he's like, "All right, tell you what, I'll let you out when the Buffalo Bills actually win a Super Bowl, but that's not gonna happen. Case closed." And that's how the video ends. And the SML question is, what is your favorite horror movie? I don't really watch horror movies like that. Not that I'm scared of horror movies, but it's because I'm not really into most horror movies. Like, the only horror movies that I'm really into is like the Stephen King's It Chapter 1 and 2 movies. Like, those are the only horror movies I've ever really seen. But anyway, what are your favorite horror movies? And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Honestly, it was pretty entertaining to see Deborah Dipolass again. Like, the last time we saw her, she didn't really go to town on the buffet that Marvin and Broken Guy left for her. Like, she didn't even touch anything, I'm surprised. But this time, we actually got to see her digging like a fucking pig. Like the pig that she is. But, honestly, besides that, the plot kind of died down a little bit. Like, the Deborah Dipolass part took up most of the video, which wasn't bad again. But at the same time, I would like to see more references to The Silence of the Lambs, since I've never seen that movie before. For those of you who have seen Silence of the Lamb, is it a good horror movie? And let me know, how would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and would you recommend it? And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give this video a solid 5.5 out of 10. It was pretty mid, honestly. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And click the notification bell, all that extra stuff. If you guys would like to watch the original video, as always, link will be in the description down below, as well as the link to my social medias and second YouTube channel. Make sure you go and follow me there. Make sure you go and subscribe to SML and to support the original content creator as always. And to confirm if you watch my full review from beginning to end, make sure you comment 5 lamb emojis. Alright? And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. And until then, peace out.